Hi, parents. How are you guys? Happy whatever day this is, Friday. Sorry we didn't do Monday. No worries. I had to do Friday and I was out of town. I was out of town on Monday. Anyway, so good to see you guys. If you're on with me live, please let me know who you are up here. There's a comment that you can connect to StreamYard and give them your name so I know who you are. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to that channel, and we're going to get started on something that's kind of dear to my heart, stranger danger, because well, I'll tell you why. We're going to dive into this. We're going to understand why I believe it is not something that you should be teaching your kids. And I think it is out there way too much, and we're not teaching our children what we really need to teach our children, and that is a lot to do with their emotions and mindfulness and understanding their body and their feelings. So first, let me talk to you about the truth about stranger danger. Kids need to talk to strangers every day, practically of their lives. They're going to school. They may be going to a new school. Everyone in that school is a stranger. They may be going to their same school, but maybe there's change of staff, teachers, secretaries, guidance counselors, school staff, cafeteria staff, et cetera, all strangers. Doctor's office may have a new receptionist, stranger, a new nurse, stranger, a new doctor, stranger, mailman, stranger, trash man, stranger, like stranger, everywhere. More strangers than not strangers. And when we teach them to be afraid of all the strangers, we teach them to live in fear, constant fear. And you have to ask yourself, is that what you want your child to be? You know, I did a broadcast in the Pumped Up Parenting group. And if you're on YouTube, you'd also find it on here. But it was about teaching your child to be kind, which is the opposite of what stranger danger teaches them. It doesn't teach them that they can talk to somebody walking down the street, that they can say hello to someone at a store that's checking them out, or maybe someone that reached up and got you a can. This happens to short people like me. That's high up that you can't reach. They see that and they may be afraid to say thank you or to even open their mouths. So that's number one. Most strangers, honestly, are very helpful and kind and generous. The statistic is, guys, that 75% of children that are abducted by people they know, not strangers. 25% are abductions by strangers, and the majority of those are when kids are in their teenage years. So the likelihood of your child being abducted by a stranger is very small, very small. They need to learn their own safeties and their own feelings of safety, and I'm going to go into that because that's what they need. And whenever your kids tell you something or they feel like they're unsafe, even if it's in a situation where you think they should be safe, your job is to believe them. Believe them. Take it seriously. Talk to them, because then they're feeling those feelings that I want you to make them aware of. Even if they're in a situation where they're with family and the family member is not such a great person, trust your children. Don't force them to hug and kiss people. Don't force that on them. Don't make fun of them for running around naked when they're in a public area, even at a party in your home. Make sure they keep their bodies safe and they know that this safety is reliant on them, You have to enforce, you have to teach, but ultimately it's them that need to know that they are feeling unsafe or they are doing things that are not safe. Okay? All right. What do we do about it? Well, we always teach our children to say no when they need to say no. So if they feel unsafe and they're with somebody else and that person is making them feel unsafe, they need to have permission to say a strong no. And if they continue to feel unsafe, they need to know that they can run to a trusted adult. Run to somebody. They're in your neighborhood. Meet your neighbors. Meet the people that live around you so that your child can also trust those people and meet those people. Be proactive. So the feelings inside us, talk to your child about your feelings and what you feel when you're in a situation that makes you feel a little concerned. You might feel tension in your chest. You're going to feel those little, crazy kind of electrical feelings in your stomach. Talk about with your child different ways they feel. And if they're all of a sudden mad and they're angry and maybe they're throwing a tantrum, once the tantrums calm down, those are great times to help your child realize what feelings they're experiencing during anger. So what did you feel when you started getting really mad? How did it make you feel? Did you feel tense? That's why a nice thing to teach your children is when they're getting mad, instead of having a tantrum, they can clench their fists because you feel like, you feel that tension in you, and they can clench their fists and let it go and let go of the man. Squeeze it real tight. It'll help the tension and let it go and it'll release it. It's a great thing to teach your kids when they're upset. But talk about, so now, you're disappointed. How does that feel? Now you seem like you're a little afraid to go into school. How does that feel? Those kind of things. So they start tuning in to their body. They start recognizing, what they are feeling so that they can read those body cues, their mind cues, the messages their brain is sending. And that is what is helping them to determine whether a situation is safe or not safe. So if you ask your child who is a stranger, what would they say? What are they going to say to you? Do they actually know what a stranger is? Because they hear stranger danger all the time. My 5-year-old grandson just said to me the other day about stranger danger, and he watched it on some TV show. They hear it all the time. So what is a stranger? And then the important piece is you. You have to role model kindness. You have to role model smiling to someone who you're walking by on the street, speaking someone's name for a clerk that might have helped you if they're wearing a name tag. When I'm in a restaurant being served, if that person doesn't have a name tag, I ask their name so I can refer to them by name. That way people don't feel invisible. They feel like, oh, look, you actually realize I'm another human being standing here. This is what you want to teach your children: kindness. Teach them acceptance. My children's book, Being Different is Fun, which is not here right now. Well, I don't have it here. Is all about understanding the differences that we all share, we all have, but the things that make us the same, that we share as well, which is a lot of stuff as a human. More things make us the same than different. We learn from each other. We talk. We have conversations. We learn about what somebody does for a living. Who are they? Speak to each other. Teach your child to ask questions when they don't understand. You know, when I wore a body brace for 5 years, from 8th grade to 12th grade, people used to ask me a lot of questions. Why do you have that on? What, were you in a car accident? That question actually got asked to me so much, I wanted to wear a sign that said, no, I wasn't in the car accident. But I'd rather people ask than stand back and stare or make fun. Most people that have some situation, physical, cognitive, don't mind curiosity. And your children are always curious. Encourage it. Sorry, my phone went off and I didn't want it to, interrupt, which it didn't. Pets are a great way to teach compassion and get them used to different things, because a lot of different animals are different. Go to the zoo, go to a pet store. This helps them realize that things that are different are not necessarily something that's going to be afraid, that's going to make you afraid. In fact, nothing can make you afraid but you. Except that situations can increase your anxiety and your fear. And what we don't want is a child that is fearful of everything. Because when we teach this stranger danger, when we tell kids that all strangers are dangerous, which is basically what that says, we make them afraid of everything. We make them go through life afraid. And I'm pretty sure that is not what you want your child to do. So you have to role model kindness, friendliness. You also have to work with your kids to recognize that inner feeling that we all get when something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem safe. And you have to listen to your children when they say, Mommy, I don't feel good here. Or if they're teenagers, you want to be able to let them reach out to you if they need help without judgment, criticism, ridicule, none of that. They need help. Let them know you're there, and let them use you as a scapegoat so that they don't lose face with their friends. Let them say, oh, my mom, she always worries about me. I'm going to have to go, but thanks. I've had a great time. If they're at a party that is going in a direction they don't want to go in, let them have a secret code that they text you. A Q. A Q is a random letter, and it always means help. And then tell your friends, oh, you know what, guys? I got to go. My mom just texted me, and she's not happy. You know how that is. You know how moms can be. You know how dads can be. Sometimes she drives me a little nuts. Let them call you names. It doesn't matter, because it's not true. It is merely helping them to save face with people that they don't want them to think they're a baby. Because sometimes kids don't call for help because they're like, oh, my friends will think I'm, a child. My friends will think I'm a baby. My friends will make fun of me. Don't let that happen. Let them reach out when they need you, and you take care of it. Help them, listen to them, and support them. Don't judge, don't criticize, don't ridicule. Always be there for them. Love them unconditionally. And let them know and learn and become mindful of what's going on inside their bodies. What is going on when their brain is telling them something here is not right. but please don't make them afraid their whole lives of a stranger. They're everywhere. There are more strangers in a day than non-strangers, unless they stay home in your house all day long. But when they're out and about, when they're at school, when they're, you have places to go, they're at the park, all strangers. So I hope this makes it a little better for you on what you should be teaching your kids. If you have any questions, let me know, reach out, because I know this can be confusing and you may have questions. Put questions in our Tranquility Tribe group, questions in this post, tag me, because I know there probably are a lot of questions. And if you're watching me live or you're on the replay, put a comment if you have a question. Just tag me so I make sure I see it. Or just message me directly. It's confusing. I get it. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see your hubby soon. But remember, stranger danger is not the message you want. You want to raise kind children. When I ask parents, what are the characteristics you want in your child? Number one is always they want them to be kind. Stranger danger does not teach that. And it's actually an unrealistic lesson. All right. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here, taking time out of your busy schedule. Love to all of you and your families, my tribers. And I will see you here next time in the Tranquility Tribe. Remember, if you missed Q&A on Thursday, you missed it. Next week is the second Thursday of the month. No group coaching Q&A. The third Thursday of the month, Q&A again. Okay. And the fourth Thursday is our masterclass, and it will be on instilling the life traits, speak about kindness, that you need to instill in your child to help them become a confident, happy, kind, self-reliant grown-up. So that's the masterclass for the fourth Thursday of this month. Okay? In the meantime, you guys have a great day. I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. And I'll see you here next time in the Tranquility Tribe and around the web. Bye-bye, everyone.